Highest Queen of Information, daughter of the sun, Eve, mother of all living. Okay, I'll begin the video. I'm striving to remember it's the Lord's will, and his laws are not grievous, said Dr. Mike Murdock, being as St. Paul the Apostle. I'm grateful to my husband, Glenn Beck George Washington, for his clues. I'm sad my husband, Aristotle Stefan Molyneux, has been banned from YouTube. I'm grateful he said Brighteon, Mike Adams' platform. I'm grateful Paul Revere, Alex Jones, came to my email. I'm grateful I have an idea for a video. U.S., your history makers are alive in a parallel life. Hey, U.S., your history makers are alive. Parallel. See definitions in geometry, computing, geography, adjective, of lines, planes, surfaces, or objects, side by side, and having the same distance continuously between them. Parallel lines never meet. Similar, side by side, aligned, decoded. A for Adam, L for will, I for pleasure, G for God, N for enter, E for Eve, D for daughter. Adam's will, pleasure. God enters, mild red, Eve, daughter of the sun, God. A noun. Parallel as a noun, a person or a thing that is similar or analogous to an other. A challenge that has no parallel in peacetime this century. Similar word, counterpart, analog. Second definition, each of the imaginary parallel circles of constant latitude on the Earth's surface. Verb, parallel as a verb, of something extending in a line. Be side by side with something extending in a line, always keeping the same distance. A big concrete gutter that paralleled the road. Definition of parallel at dictionary.com. Extending in the same direction, equidistant at all points and never converging or diverging. Parallel rows of trees having the same direction, course, nature, or tendency. Cross, E-N-D, end, E-N-C-Y, encyclopedia, cross in encyclopedia, D-E-N, den, E-D-E-N, Eden, E for earth, D for daughter of the sun, E for excellent, N for energy. Entered. Earth, daughter of the sun's excellent energy. Enter mild red Michelle. B, birdsong. Oh, Bell, Michelle, my B-E-L-L, Bell, birdsong. Parallel, corresponding. similar, analogous. Canada and the U.S. have many parallel economic interests. Many decoded. M.A. for Ma from NY, New York. P.A. for Pa, born in Canada. Michael Bublé, Adam. Ma from New York, born in U.S. Michelle Birdsong, Eve. Mildred Michelle Anderson Birdsong, Spear. Minnow. Adam and Eve, the beginning of historical figures, still live. H for heaven on earth. I for pleasure. STOR for story. I for I. C for see. Heaven on earth, pleasure story, I see. That's what historic means to me. Okay, let's change the title. First President George Washington, now being as Glenn Beck of the Blaze. George Washington, a military general, led patriot forces to victory in the nation's war for independence. IND, 8th Avenue Subway, train of thought. E for Eve, PEN for pin, END for end, N for nervous. Train of thought. Eve's pen, end, nervous, din, in, North Carolina, anger. Train of thought. Eve's pen, end, nervous, din, in North Carolina, Satsangi, anger. Tulsi Sahib, saint. Sant, mat. MA for ma. AT for at. Test. Ma at test. Establish. EST for established. Watershed, moment. Sabadas, satsangis. Okay, the watershed moment was when Tulsi Sahib, the founder of Satmat, came to this meeting in North Carolina as a homeless person, missing most of her teeth, and she was snubbed by the satsangis. They didn't know she was the founder of Satmat, their faith. A watershed moment is a turning point. The exact moment that changes the direction of an activity or situation. A watershed moment is a dividing point from which things will never be the same. It is considered momentous, though a watershed moment is often recognized in hindsight. Hindsight. Heaven, train of thought, daughter of the sun, divine sight. All she saw was Gurinder Singh Dhillon's perfection, blessing. Okay, when they were snubbing her, she just saw the guru. She realized in hindsight he had ended being their guru, and he began being Mildred's husband and baby's daddy. Gurinder Singh Dhillon, being as Charan Singh, Jesus Christ, became not just a historic figure that night, but a legend as he retired from being the guru, Jesus Christ. Mary Magdalene, retired from being the grieving wife of Jesus Christ to being Mildred Michelle Birdsong, wife of rock star Gurinder Singh Dhillon. General Dwight Eisenhower in a parallel life. President Dwight David Eisenhower. Let the mobs destroy the statues. The statues of the great men and women will recreate statues of all the greats these men and women have been and still have being as in parallel lives. One soul, such as Gurinder Singh Dhillon, will have a monument as Jesus Christ being as Charan Singh, being as St. Nicholas, Santa Claus. Gurinder Singh Dhillon being, as has already been mentioned, General Dwight David Eisenhower, Supreme Commander, Allied Forces during World War II. President Dwight David Eisenhower being as Royal Japanese Samurai Soldier, being as Baba Jamal Singh, founder of the DARA, being as industrialist, philanthropist Payne Whitney, being as rock stars Nat King Cole, Louis Armstrong, Jackie Wilson, Jerry Butler, being as Dean Martin, being as Ricky Nelson, being as Billy Eckstine, being as Bobby Hatfield, being as Luther Vandross, being as Barry White, being as Frank Zappa, lead singer of Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention, Projections, Michael Bolton, Frankie Valli, Paul Simon, Sir Paul McCartney, Ted Neely, Bryan Adams, star of movie Jesus Christ Superstar, Pierce Brosnan, featured in movie Mamma Mia, Remington Steele, and 007, Marshall Mad Dillon. Instead of one statue, he'll have at least 30 statues to his greatness, beginning with Angel Gabriel. Song, Crying for America by Corey Shores. Line from song says, where have all the great men gone? Will answer Corey's question by showing him they are still among us, and they are even greater than we knew when we only knew about one of their lives. We'll be able to walk among the statues and touch them and feel our great history in addition to reading about it in books. Monument definition. Noun. A statue, building, or other structure erected to commemorate a famous or notable person or event. Similar. Memorial, statue, pillar. A statue or other structure placed by or over a grave in memory of the dead. Mildred Michelle Birdsong's book, Let's Win Forever, shows that death is optional. Anybody who chooses to die will not be honored. Those great souls who have died but who now choose to live forever will be honored with a statue for each of their great lives. And the heir to the sun, his daughter, Mildred Michelle Birdsong, will receive her inheritance as much as the billionaires outside the Holy Royal family have. Because the son will not die, yet he wants his daughter to be paid his cost, $30 sub-trillion, and the cost of the universe to